One of the most significant macro drivers of the economy and commercial real estate is migration patterns. As people move in and out of an area, it can have a very significant effect on commercial real estate in that zone. This can be a local or a national scale migration. As an example of local migration, in the 1950s and 60s, there was an exodus from the urban core out into the suburbs. So as people moved from downtown to the suburban areas, the businesses located in the downtowns had a harder time, and it created new demand for services and retail in the suburbs. More recently, there was a movement back to the urban core, particularly by young adults who wanted a live, work, play lifestyle. Now, the jury's still out, but it looks like that trend may be reversing. Maybe those millennials who all moved downtown are starting to transition back out to the suburbs as they move to the next stage of their family life. Currently, we're seeing a very substantive movement from the Northeast and the upper Midwest toward the South and West. Now, this is being caused by a variety of factors. Part of it is weather related, part of it's lifestyle related. Some is tied to jobs and business opportunities, and others are moving because of the tax law changes. When they reformed the tax rules, they made a couple of changes, and one of them was a reduction in people's ability to deduct state and local taxes, including property taxes on people's homes. This created a major issue and a big impact in states like New Jersey and California, where they have both high income tax and real estate taxes. So states like Washington with Seattle, Texas, and Florida are all benefiting from this migration over the tax rule changes because they don't have state taxes, and their property taxes tend to be a little bit lower. But it's not just about taxes. Jobs play a big part. Look at Dallas. They've added so many jobs that people are moving there for opportunities. But there's a lot of changes in how companies are recruiting today. They're targeting local talent. So they're moving facilities or opening facilities in different cities in order to tap the local labor forces. And this is a byproduct of the super tight labor market. So Amazon's opening of HQ2 in Washington, D.C. and New York is just one example. But a lot of tech companies, for example, are opening offices in smaller cities like Nashville, Salt Lake City, Portland, Oregon, and Denver, Colorado. And just thinking from a more macro perspective, Toronto, Canada is attracting a lot of those companies as well. So migration of population can have a huge positive or negative impact on commercial real estate, depending on which end you're on. If you're gaining population, this drives demand for apartments, retail, office, self-storage, industrial properties that service the local metropolitan population. But if you're losing population, in a lot of cases, those same properties can be hurt. So it's an important trend to watch as you go forward, and it will certainly affect investment decisions and investment strategies as investors consider where population is growing and where it's shrinking.